Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of the SamDjanShow too. Talking about top 10 worst TV finale. So it's going to welcome back to the next episode of SamDjanShow. We'll talk about pop culture today. I'm talking about the top 10 worst TV finales. For you don't get to subscribe and quotation was over. So I want to do this one in a while. I did the top 10 best series finale season TV finales. I did that 2 years ago. So I said let's do the worst ones. This one will be quick. I don't think there's so I'll do so if you don't get to subscribe and notification bell. Let's get into it. Now this is my opinion. You have your opinion, put it in the description below. Number 10, no surprise, Killing Eve. Now I actually liked Killing Eve. It ran for 4 seasons. I like this show. I like Villeneuve. I like Eve. Sandra Oh is good in this show. I like um um Jodie Comer. And this is a pretty good show. I really like it. It's like British Spy. And it was really good. I love season one, two, three, and then four, and then I watched that finale, and it was pretty bad. And it's based on a novel series, and even the fans didn't like it. Now, if you haven't seen the ending, basically they finally get together, and before they do that, there's someone who basically shoots both of them, and then they go into the water, and then they shoot Villanelle, and then she sinks into the water, and then she dies, and then Eve is still alive, and then she's basically crying and she's like screaming, and that's pretty much how it goes. Now, a lot of people don't like that. Vanilla, I think she was to change, and then they were gonna get together, and then this will happen. Even the author who made the books, the novels, it did not like the ending, and she's actually alive. Villanelle, she's alive in the book, so a lot of people did not like this finale, and yeah, that's Killing Eve. Number nine, I have Gossip Girl. Now this is the original one, not the reboot. Now, the thing with the Gossip Girl finale, I feel like it could have worked, but I feel like it just wasn't. Um, I feel like they just didn't handle it as well as they could have. So basically, um, and Bob Bass, who is the father of Chuck, basically he dies when he falls off the railings, and then basically they're reporting it. So then Blair and Chuck said they decide to get married. That way that they won't question either of them. So they get married, and which I'm fine with that. But then they reveal that Daniel is Gossip Girl, and I think they were going to. It was going to be Eric, but then the last minute they changed it to Dan. And I feel like Dan, it would have happened. It could have worked, but I feel like the way it was executed, it just wasn't. He says that Gossip Girl and Jenny knew his sister, and yeah, it's just not executed as well. And then he has a TV now. There's a TV show called You, where it's basically the same thing, but just an evil version. But yeah, Gossip Girl, I don't think it's as bad as people say. I feel like if it was executed better, I think it could have worked. But then now that he's Gossip Girl, there's so many plot holes, contradictions, and stuff. But I do think it's a pretty good finale. That's just the one I have with it. The problem I have with it. Number eight, Seinfeld. Now this one just called the finale. Is the one where the gang go to jail, and no people didn't like this one. Yeah. This one I don't think it's bad as people say. I just feel like a lot of people just did not like this episode. It's the one where they go to jail, and yeah. I don't think as people say it is. I don't think it's probably better as other finales, but yeah, that's why I've Seinfeld, which I like Seinfeld. I find it funny. I really enjoyed the show, but yeah, they go to jail, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, critics didn't like it, fans didn't like it. It's about the more realistic theme and lack of humor. But yeah, Seinfeld. Um, Number seven, I have Two and a Half Men. This one is probably the most insulting one. I love Two and a Half Men, like 128, and then Charlie Sheen got fired. They replaced him with Ashton Kutcher, and then I think is of course he's dead. And this finale, Jake comes back. Basically, there's this whole thing that Charlie's alive, and then basically he thinks he's gonna kill Walden and Alan, and yeah, this whole episode is just an fu to Charlie Sheen because there's whole speculation so is Charlie Sheen coming back, and yeah, he doesn't come back. And then the finale is basically you basically have Charlie. He's not played by Charlie Sheen. He's basically the back of him. He opens the door and a piano falls on him, and then he dies. And then you cut to Chuck Lorre. He basically is winning, and then the piano falls on him. And it's just not a good finale. Like, it was 12 season show, and it's just such a bad finale. I wish they would like just retcon that finale and just do a proper series. I don't know. We never know, but that's pretty much it. Of course, he's dead. And number 6, Pretty Little Liars. Now this one is not. A lot of people don't like this one. Till Death Do Us Part. Last episode, season 7. Now this episode is not. Nobody likes this episode, and I love Pretty Little Lies. Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes in it. I watch it now. There's a lot of plot holes, contradictions, and so yeah, basically you find out. Basically have basic Spencer has an evil twin called Alex Drake, and she's the series final antagonist, and she's basically Spencer's evil twin. And then when they talked together, it was and she was so cringe. Like, she had a British accent, which I don't know why Americans, they just have a hard time in British accents. Like, they make them annoying. Like, her British accent just wasn't good, and it just wasn't a good finale. Like, obviously we've had Ravenswood, which that was during the series. Then we had The Perfectionist, which was about Mona comes back and Allison. Then we had the Original Sin, which just got cancelled after 2 seasons. But this finale is just not good. I don't like it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I was say. I don't go back and watch this one because it's just pretty bad. And number 5, I have Mad Men. Now, Mad Men was a pretty good show. I love John Hamm, and I feel like the finale just wasn't person to person. Now people say it's one of the best finales. I don't really know. I don't know why people don't like it. I just feel like there was really nothing to and yeah, I thought it was fun. I have problems with it. I do think I do think Mad Men is pretty one of the best shows. It was on AMC. And I feel like it's underrated. A lot of people like it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna say about it, Mad Men. Number 4, How I Met Your Mother. This finale. Now How I Met Your Mother. It wasn't one of my best shows. It wasn't one of my favorite shows. I did like it, and then we had this finale, and yeah, I did not like this finale. I just felt it just didn't last forever. Basically because of its twist ending. Basically the relationship between Ped Mosby and Robin Scherbatsky and the fate of the series' titular mother. Many viewers expressed considerable disdain for the regard of full character development, said the episode rendered the whole season pointless, while some praised it for tying up loose ends. An alternate would later be included into the 9th season term release. And yeah, this I don't like it. It's probably one of the worst finales. Like How I Met Your Mother. I was a huge fan of it. They did do a spin-off How I Met Your Father, which got cancelled 2 seasons, but this finale is just isn't good. Now number 3, Lost. Now, Lost isn't one of my favorite shows, and it's called The End, and it was a 2-part series finale. It was polarizing from both fans and shows. Some call it the best episode of the season, praising it. People criticize finale for answering so few of the series questions. I think it's the one where they die, and then it's like the people on the who were on the plane, they crashed on this island, and I think all of them die. And I don't like Lost, but the finale was just not good. I feel like we could have gotten something better. Number 2, Game of Thrones. Again, Now, Game of Thrones, um, I feel like it's. I do like Game of Thrones. I do think it's a pretty good show. Season 1 to 6. I think seven's okay. Eight is whatever, but it's okay. This okay. We need to talk about this. This one is season 8, episode 6. Season 8 only had 6 episodes. This one is kind of mixed. To this day, I think 6 years later, people are still asking for this to be erased. And obviously, we had House of Dragon, and I think we're getting Seven Kingdoms, which on season 3, and we're getting Seven Kingdoms this year. But yeah, it has mixed reviews from critics, with most taking issue with the stories, with the episode story arcs, pacing, and tone. But some deem as satisfying, crucial series praise the acting, music, and visuals. Like, yeah, I praise the production values. I think it's a pretty good. It's well made. It's like a movie. My problem is, I feel like Benioff and Weiss, they just wanted to end it here because I just feel like I think they were going to do a Star Wars movie, which they never did, and it got cancelled. And I feel like mainly the reason for this, I feel like is um George R. Martin, who wrote the books. Um, he doesn't he hasn't he hasn't finished the books. There's like 2 more books left, and so Benioff and Weiss kind of had to work with what they were given. And so I feel like if he finished the books, I thought we could have had a good finale. But because they didn't, they had to work with what they were given, and I would have changed some stuff. But George R. R. Martin, he's not finishing those books. That's basically his thing now. He's not going to finish those books. There's like 2 left to do, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The finale is not good. I don't like it, but yeah. Now let's get to number one. Probably the worst finale of all time, Dexter. There's no surprise. Dexter's the worst finale of all time. Um, it's just Dexter is kind of just mixed back. I think like 1 to 4 were great, perfect television. 5 is okay. 6 is terrible. 7 and 8, and yeah, it's just not. This came out 2013, 12 years ago. People are still talking about this. It's still talking about this finale. Remember the monsters. Now, there's a 12th episode of season 8. It had September 22nd, 2013. I was, I think, year 7 at that time, and I love Dexter. I think it's one of my favorite shows, and it is polarizing for Christian audiences. Jennifer Carpenter received high praise for performance in the episode, but there was criticism towards the right, unresolved storylines, lack of closure, plot holes, logic, and final scenes. It's been more negative subsequent years. One of the worst series finals of all time. I don't like how Deb pretty much did. Well, she gets shot. I feel like if Dexter just killed, say Oliver, and then none of this will happen. He shot Deb, and then basically he could have gotten better. I don't know. And then Dexter pretty much takes her off life support and throws her into the river and fakes her death. Fate in the river. He pretty much goes takes the boat, and then he pretty much fakes his death. And then basically Harrison goes with Hannah, and you find out that he's a lumberjack, which we just kind of wanted him to get caught, and it didn't happen. And yeah, this finale is terrible. I don't like it. And it's the thing with the problem with this. The creators took the criticism so much. They have tried to and get a good finale for years. Like this one didn't work. Then we had Dexter New Blood, and that one basically his son Harrison shoots him, and then he dies. And the people didn't like that ending, which I thought it was fine. And then they did then they're gonna do original. Then they did Original Sin, which is a prequel series. Which at the beginning they basically take him to the hospital, and then he's alive. They just did it so they could retcon his death for Dexter Resurrection. And I like Original Sin so far, and I like New Blood. There's some parts of it I like, and then so they're gonna third time they're trying to get it right, which I think they just do the trial. He gets caught, he gets to leave for. I think that's probably the only way because he gets caught, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. We have to wait and see. And obviously we're getting a Trinity series. We're getting Dexter Resurrection. I think we're getting in the summer, and I'll see how that finale goes. But this finale is insulting. I don't like this series. And I don't like this finale. Remember the monsters. So that's pretty much it. So guys, so much for my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.